Ms. Nadia Samdin.
Madam Deputy Speaker, the winds of sustainability are shifting. Spurred by pledges at COP26, we look to the future growth of green finance with cautious optimism. Today, climate finance, green bonds and loans are firmly on the agenda of governments and central banks. For the financial industry, increasing scrutiny and sectoral demand for ESG financing are pushing banks to green portfolios. Greening will eventually take place across all industries. Our green financing capabilities and frameworks need to be robust and ready to support these transitions. Singapore's financial landscape is notably shifting in tandem with these winds. Both private and public sector have rolled out laudable initiatives to support this transition. Some of these include the formation of the Green Finance Industry Task Force, the MOF Green Bonds Program Office, and initiatives like the NEA Green Bond Framework, the recent SGX enhancements on sustainability reporting and climate-related disclosures, as well as the issuance of green loans by multiple financial institutions. It is encouraging that we see more initiatives to enhance our green financing capabilities, with the MAS acknowledging it as a powerful enabler to achieve an effective yet inclusive transition to net zero in the region. However, the transition to a greener financing ecosystem is a challenging and complex one. Some businesses and operations might be ill-equipped to ride and benefit from these wins. The central focus of my speech today is to highlight more ways we can support local businesses and the local ecosystem in green financing and accountability. Today, there is a myriad of attempts to develop universal green loan and green bond standards. Global funds that are linked to ESG-related standards more than doubled in 2020 compared to 2019. More than ever, we need quality frameworks and regulatory support to empower financial institutions and businesses with the know-how of going green. On an international level, the green loan principles developed by the International Capital Market Association provide a framework for green financing. Regionally, we also see how ASEAN is participating in this effort with the ASEAN Green Bond Standards. On a local level, schemes such as the MAS Green and Sustainability Linked Loan Grant are useful in defraying the cost of accessing green finance. And for businesses which find it challenging to retrofit their operations to fulfill sustainability metrics, the Enterprise Sustainability Program launched last year supports Singaporean companies, including SMEs, to build capabilities. I look forward to more details on the training workshops and resources which will be available. While opportunities exist, what is the take-up rate? And how can we best support our local businesses, especially SMEs, in understanding and seizing them? One possibility is encouraging financial institutions to increase the accessibility of green loans, especially for smaller firms, while providing the capacity building to do so. Some corporates have been trailblazers in the past few years, publishing green bond frameworks and corporate governance strategies at company level for going green. But it would be better if we also make it accessible for small players to participate in this process to ensure that compliance costs do not bog them down. Some specific measures could include greater clarity on what are green and sustainability-linked loans, especially for SMEs, its benefits, criteria for businesses to access them, and what exactly about their businesses and supply chains will need to change. Most importantly, it should be clear to our businesses what specific impact metrics need to be tracked, how they can track them, perhaps leveraging on technology where possible. The benefit of enhancing clarity is twofold. Businesses are empowered to assess their own eligibility for these loans when they have access to information and such tools. And second, it provides greater transparency and accountability to manage greenwashing. It is in our interest to make green financing more accessible for all players, to allow as many actors as possible to participate and transform. Additionally, the creation of an MSE or MAS-endorsed green loan and bond catalogue could be helpful in supporting businesses moving in the right direction. Ultimately, we should try to acknowledge businesses for transitioning to more sustainable business models. The catalogue could formally recognise businesses that undertook or are undertaking significant and genuine sustainability efforts. This would increase their visibility and encourage consumers to support them. Entities interested in procuring goods and services from sustainable sources could also refer to such catalogue. Including specific measures which businesses have undertaken to go green in the catalogue would also be helpful to other local businesses who are interested in pivoting to more sustainable endeavours, as they would have a better understanding of best practices and how they can participate. Second, it would do well for us to have a national sustainability accounting strategy. Given Singapore's status as a financial hub and increasingly a green financing hub, we should continue to fine-tune our green financing and sustainable accounting standards. While Singapore has stringent financial auditing frameworks, sustainability accounting is still a fairly nascent concept worldwide, and there is a high reliance on accuracy, transparency, and reliability of disclosures that form the basis of such sustainability assessments. There is greater recognition among stakeholders that ESG disclosures are necessary and not just a good to have. SGX recently mandated issuers to provide climate-related disclosures by financial year 23 or 24, depending on industry. When shifting winds are difficult to navigate, businesses are increasingly choosing to have third-party auditors or second opinions to verify ESG disclosures. However, such ESG assurance frameworks tend to be decentralized and varied. The variety of frameworks could potentially create an obstacle to the consistency of the reporting and comparison of ESG performance across entities. There have been some efforts to somewhat synthesize these frameworks, such as the MAS Project Greenprint, providing a common portal to examine ESG disclosures across different international reporting frameworks. But it would be of greater clarity to work towards a strong Singaporean standard, compatible with global standards for our businesses to aspire towards, to reduce compliance costs. Internationally, various institutions have started moving. The International Financial Reporting Standards Foundation announced the creation of the International Sustainability Standards Board during COP26. It is imperative that Singapore stands in lockstep with international standards for sustainability reporting. I hope that more guidelines and resources can be given to the relevant institutions and partners to understand and reconcile the myriad of reporting and assurance frameworks currently available. Additionally, I hope that there will be further guidelines developed that are ASEAN-centric and Singapore-centric to better cater to our local SMEs and smaller companies' own auditing standards. With stronger support and partnerships, the quality of our chartered accountants and auditing companies will remain first class as we further develop the sustainable accounting ecosystem at home. While we want to achieve regulatory clarity, it may be difficult to do so when the green financing and sustainability accounting sectors are still rather new and it's unclear what the best standards are. However, this challenge comes with an opportunity to position Singapore as a global leader in the green regulatory space, while enhancing our status as a green financial hub. One of the ways we can do this is through the creation of an autonomous sustainability administration policy-oriented think tank as a center of excellence for sustainability administration. Given that regulations are complex and still emerging, there is room for policy and regulatory research to harmonize and raise the standards of sustainability. Singapore has a golden opportunity to become a regional and even global thought leader in these spaces. The demand for sustainability auditing and green financing will certainly increase in the coming years. Not only can we ride on the winds of sustainability, but we can also redirect it. To become a leader in this space is not only for our own position as a nation. All countries will in time transition to green energy, transport and manufacturing systems. Yet green technology, infrastructure and finance are not equitably distributed. In the region, Singapore can play a critical role in the sharing of knowledge and collation of best practices, so that as a region we can tap on the opportunities in the green transition. To further ride on these winds, we could also leverage upon Singapore's MICE industry to host regular sustainability conventions and workshops to connect locals with top global talents. This would spearhead regular sustainability-related MICE events to shape industrial innovation, attracting regional and international experts in the process. It would also aid in attracting established global partners and budding brands in ASEAN to further the sustainability agenda. Madam Deputy Speaker, while climate change is a crisis, Singapore can leverage on the opportunities that it brings for our people and economy. This motion seeks inclusive environmental and economic outcomes for Singapore and Singaporeans, and I thank the young PAP for their continued dedication to the cause and publishing the Climate Action Strategy Position Paper. New methods of financing would indeed invite exciting opportunities for our businesses to grow and contribute to a greener economy. However, I would like to reiterate that the greening process is not just about swapping out for new systems. Businesses and consumers must realize and be prepared that this is ultimately a transition, and it would also involve the process of unlearning and shifting away from old operations, financing, and activities that are unsustainable. This is why we must continue to be bold, demonstrate our national commitment to support businesses and our people in the green and blue economies, and to hold ourselves to high standards so that together, our collective actions are impact-oriented. Our systems have started shifting in recent years to embrace these changes, but other than ensuring that systems are strong, they must also be accessible to our local businesses and people. Systems change works alongside individual action, and there are many in the private sector and civil society who are tackling climate change. Every action and every champion counts. Underscoring the transitions in our systems is the opportunity for our people from all walks of life to be front and center in this green economy, including taking advantage of the new jobs and career options. Let us keep up the momentum and take concerted, sustainable action as we build capabilities to transform and quite literally try to save the world. Thank you.